All right, good morning. Day number 3. So yesterday I learned a lot about CSS. I finished the introductory tutorials or introductory certificate from Codecademy, and yeah, it was fun. I get the joke now about centering a div, like why people find it tough. I learned like so they kept escalating, so it was like this is your width and your height, and then next it became, all right, don't use the default box, use the box model, and then after that it was, you spend a bunch of time on that, and then it's like, okay, now let's learn flexbox. So and yes, it's really interesting, but yeah. So today I want to talk just about what it's like interviewing for the boot camp and the process, right? So I interviewed with two different boot camps, and the reason I went with Lighthouse Labs is just because they have an 8-to-1 mentor rate ratio, and also I talked to a recruiter and in the web development, and he says that the things that they're looking for are the same as what Lighthouse Labs teaches. So those things align really well, and is why I went with Lighthouse Labs. Also, in the interview process, so whereas the other boot camp was a one-on-one, it was more intimate, easier to ask questions and things, but they kind of lost me when I asked them, like, what do you do for students who are falling behind or unable to keep up with the material? Their answer to me was, well, you're paying us, a lot of money, so you should fall behind, right? You're motivated enough to keep on track. So when they gave me that answer, I was just like, wow, okay, well, not really what I was looking to hear. Versus when we talked, Lighthouse Labs, they made it clear there was a lot of support around you, the 8-to-1 ratio. Even when I was like just doing my own research about them, there were students who did fall behind at the midterm mark and weren't able to proceed, or they failed out on the midterm. And at that point, Lighthouse Labs, uh, uh, you know, lets them come back for the next semester and start over, like start from the second, start from the midterm, so they can have some time to like get their stuff together and figure out what they're missing. So I like that flexibility between the two boot camps, and yeah, and I ended up going with Lighthouse Labs. So after the initial interview, what happens is you get sent some prep material that you need to do it. I think it was about 20 hours of JavaScript. So I had never seen JavaScript until Lighthouse Labs sent me the required tests. So there's two tests. There's one in JavaScript, and the other test is for like a logic test with a bunch of questions. Both are on timers, so that added to the pressure of getting those done. So when you do the JavaScript, the 20 hours, it's now that like I'm looking back on it, it's the basics, but they really they expect you are actually going to use the things that you learn there and apply it into the prep material that they send you when after you get accepted. So you're not revisiting those things. It's like you learn that for the test, and now you're moving into the prep material. So and by the way, like the where you were sent to learn all this stuff is Codecademy. So Codecademy has free. You can go yourself and learn the basic JavaScript stuff from Codecademy, and you use those things in the prep material. So and that's actually why like I subscribed to Codecademy, and I keep using it to get myself ready for bootcamp, because I did find it really easy to learn through that platform. And I definitely had the question, like, okay, so Codecademy is really great. I mean, they offer a ton of different languages. Why would I go with a boot camp and pay a lot of money and learn on a timer, right, where everything has to be learn and move on within one topic is like a week, I think, or something like that. So the reason is, yeah, I'm on a time crunch. I needed to get into the field as quickly as possible. Codecademy was great as a primer for me, just to kind of see things for the first time. Um, but yeah, if you're not in a rush and you don't have like a sense of urgency to change into a new career within like the shortest time frame, Codecademy was amazing. I highly recommend them. Yeah. So anyway, um, today's plan is actually I'm shifting gears. I can't work on my web development today. I have a project due in 2 days for my data science class that I'm working through. I'm doing so it's data modeling, and it's my final core class. It ends and just before the bootcamp starts. So today I'm working with R, where I'll be doing I have to answer two case studies, and R is basically a statistical software. So you have R and you have R Studio is kind of like the IDE for R. And yeah, I'll be working with that today. It's been a little while. I'm surprised actually that data mining class has me going using R, because I haven't touched it since I did my stats class like mid-year in June. So it'll be a little bit of a refresher today, then getting into doing the project. So yeah, that's it. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.